'Cause it's just my imagination. Ooh. Hey, when you got a catchy tune, when you got a catchy hook, and let me just decrease the size of that real quick. Yeah, when you got a catchy hook, you use it. Imaginary, the next Blumhouse film that came out this year, right, a little after The Night Swim. And I said it in my out of theater reaction. I said it just recently with Box Office Report, and I'll say it again. This is far and away the better Blumhouse film that came out this year so far. It follows the story of Jessica, a woman returning to her childhood home with her new husband and his children, and where one of the young daughters finds this stuffed bear, Chauncey, who is an imaginary friend, or she treats as an imaginary friend, who turns out to be Jessica's imaginary friend, who's upset about him leaving, and hijinks ensue. And I'll say it right up front. I think this is it's a good movie. It's not a great movie. It's not an all-time classic, but it is a competent movie. It does the tropes you want right. It's got some jump scares in there that do work. It's got some surprises. The acting is good. There are characters you don't like, and I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to like them, at least a couple of them. So when they do get like kind of a comeuppance on some level, it does work. Let me just go down the list of things I like, because there's a lot of things I did like about this. One, it's an intimate setting. You're mostly just stuck in this house the entire time, and it's a big house, but it can feel a little claustrophobic because you're kind of stuck in many ways there. And then when they go into the special effects they do show that there is another world they go into. It's not wholly creative, but it is still visually very, creepy and atmospheric. It's kind of like a MC Escher sketch in many ways. The world, like stairs and doors and all that. All the acting is good. Particularly from the main actress, DeWanda Wise, who plays Jessica. She was really good. I do feel like I recognize her from somewhere. DeWanda Wise. Honestly, she looks like I know it's not her. She does look like the woman who played Maze in Lucifer. That's not her. I know that. So I'm just currently looking up her filmography right now. What do I recognize her from? Knucklehead, The Weeknd, Fatherhood, Heart of the Fall, Pool. Oh, she was. That's where I recognize her from. She was the pilot in Jurassic World Dominion. I'm like, I knew I recognized her from somewhere, and she's gorgeous, by the way. Me and my friend, when we saw her, went, oh, she's fine, but she's got these eyes too, like these almost cat-like eyes. She's gorgeous, and she's really good in the film. I hope to see more of her in terms of her career, because she's good. She's very good. I like the little girl. The little girl's very adorable, and you buy like the whole imaginary friend thing, and you buy the fear she feels too when things are starting to go wrong. The scene you see in the movie with the therapy session is arguably the best scene in the movie, because there's a twist in that scene that, even though we were like, it's okay, it's not doing anything that original, it was an original thing they did. I'm not gonna give that, because that's a twist. It's an actual twist, but there's a twist that gets revealed from that scene, and the way it plays out, like, oh, that's very good. Like, well done, good scene. But you buy the pain this family's going through, because Jessica, one of Weiss's character, is basically married into a family. She married the husband of these girls, and we find out their mother isn't doing well mentally, and that she's kind of she's not right. And we don't know what it is. Maybe she just had a mental breakdown or whatever. Maybe she's got psychosis. We don't know, but she's not doing well. And unfortunately, and it's the whole idea of the children don't see her as the real mom or anything like that. And like, okay, we get these tropes before. Can you just do them well? And honestly, like the little daughter, I think they do it well with. The older daughter, man. It's like, if I wouldn't get in trouble for punching an underage kid in the face. Because it's that snotty, arrogant, I know better than you, I'm a tough kid, fuck you, you're not my real mom attitude. And I'm like, we're just sitting there like, oh, shut up, shut up, shut up. Eventually, though, there's a scene where she does get called out, but in a way that I kind of feel like is a cop-out. Like, I do like it, but I'm like, there was a lot more, she deserved a lot more than that. And, but whatever, he at least kind of did it. He kind of did it. All right, fine. I'll let it slide. But, yeah, and then there's another character. It's the woman, the older woman, who apparently is making a habit of starring in low-budget horror films, because she's also the therapist in Split with James McAvoy. And she's making it a habit of being delightfully weird at points and weirdly accepting of these things. Oh, my computer just lagged there a little bit. Sorry about that. No, I think we're okay now. Yeah, there was just a bit of a lag there for a moment. So yeah, and she's good. She's delightfully kooky. So yeah, but everyone's doing fine. They do give a good excuse why the dad's not there for most of the movie. He's a musician. He goes on tour, so that's how he makes his living. So, and Jessica's like an artist, and so all these dreams she's having about her childhood go into her cartoons and all that. So I do like all that. I like how it's handled. Where I will get into a complaint again is while they did do some original stuff, and they do play with the idea of the imaginary creatures the imaginary friend a little bit. And to be fair, when we see Chauncey the bear, like you see it in the trailer, while there's some CGI there, a lot of that's a practical effect. Now, Chauncey apparently isn't actually a bear, so I will just keep it like that. The bear is a different form he takes. But yeah, Chauncey it's a physical effect. I do appreciate that. I just feel like there's more that can be done with this concept. Because they talk about other imaginary friends, most of them are benevolent, whatever, but they never go into it more than just like the history. We don't see anyone else's imaginary friend, for example. I would think that maybe you could see someone else. We could have seen like one or two other imaginary friends at some point. But no, it's the fact that we're just dealing with Chauncey. And that's fine, I guess. It just leaves a bit to be desired. Also, as I said, some characters not likable. The older daughter, particularly, is not likable. And unfortunately, I don't think that's the case. I don't think that was necessarily what they're trying to get at. They're trying to get at that she's going through a lot, and she and her sister are dealing with the change of their mother going batty, and now this new woman who allegedly is going to take over in their household, all that. And I get that, but they do not endear you to her. So when she kind of finally comes around, it feels like too little too late. That's what it feels like to me. And there's also this other character. It's you see him in the trailer. It's some guy she's crushing on who's a bit older than her. But he's at first you're like, oh, okay, he's just a nice, good neighbor boy. Sure. Then he goes into the house and he's a complete fucking asshole. We're just like, wow, you're just a fucking prick. You were just an absolute tool. And luckily he definitely gets his a little bit. Now he's not. I can't spoil what happens to him, but I think it's good enough. I would like maybe a little bit more to have happened to him, but I'll say enough for that. Otherwise, like I said, it's really not doing too much original with the concept. Like, they're doing some original stuff. They are doing some original stuff. Like I said, there's the twist with the therapy scene. That was a good twist. That was a legit good twist. When Chauncey's speaking, we do hear Chauncey speak. That's kind of creepy. I like that. There is one jump scare that kind of happens where it's it's very I knew what was coming. I'm like, that's stupid. But okay, whatever. It's cute at the same time. Yeah, the scare. That's another thing. Not really that scary. Like, there's it's creepy more than anything else, and even then, except for one straight out jump scare that did cause me to jump just a little. Like I was like, okay, that's just whatever. There really isn't much in terms of scares in the film. There's some creep imagery. There's definitely some creep imagery in there. Particularly when you see this in the trailer, there's a scene where something's got like almost like bug eyes, like eyes similar to the spider character in her book. And so that definitely holds a creep factor, more or less. Chauncey's design, well, intimidating looking, I don't think is utilized well enough to be scary. So yeah, and you know what? I think that really cements why the film, I think, is good, not great. It's not really all that scary. It's definitely got better scares than, say, The Night Swim did. That's for certain. But it's not really that scary. Definitely more of a creep factor. Definitely. And that works. And with good acting, they play around a little bit with the imaginary friend thing to a degree. I think you do have a solid little watch. Like, I would say, if you want to go see a decent little horror film, that's okay. Go see this. It's fine. I could recommend it at least at a matinee. Not 3D, not that they do 3D for a lot of films anymore, but not 3D and not, think words here, not like for XD or something like that, but for a just normal price movie theater ticket, then yeah, it's fine. It's a fine little watch. Trailers. Now, let me see if I can remember all the trailers real quick. I got the American Society of Magical Negroes, which, as a white guy, every time I say that, I feel the cringe. Like, look, at least it's that N-word, not the other one. Goof. But yeah, I mean, my friend does want to see that. If she is available to see it, I will take her to go see it. I will say that. But we got that trailer. We got some of the other upcoming horror films coming out, like the First Omen, which I do not care. I do not care about the Omen. I didn't care about the Omen series when it was popular. Granted, I was alive when the Omen series came out, but still, I didn't care about the Omen series when it was popular. So I just do not give a crap about the First Omen. In fact, I'm currently looking up here to remind myself what the other trailers were. I forgot to bring my notebook, so I'm trying to remember what the trailers were off the top of my head here. Let's see here. Someone Like You. Nope, that wasn't it. Okay. First Omen. Oh, no, yeah. I'm not catching the First Omen. I'm catching Monkey Man that week. You bet your ass I'm catching Monkey Man. Let's see. We didn't get Civil War. What were the other? Oh, Abigail. We got Abigail, the safe trailer, not the R-rated, the better trailer. Abigail looks like a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to Abigail. Allegedly, this might be a Universal Monsters movie. This might be like, because Abigail, I think, is supposed to be the daughter of Dracula, if I'm not mistaken. So I think this might be a tie, like when it might be real that Carl Esposito might be Dracula. Who knows? That's a theory I'm hearing for that movie, is that Giancarlo Esposito is in fact a vampire. Maybe he is Dracula. Maybe that's his daughter. Who knows? I would be down for that twist. I think that works. We got a new trailer for that the Zendaya challenges. We got that, and Halo, or as we like to call it, the Zendaya threesome film, because let's not mince words. It's basically a threesome movie. It's a poly relationship. Did we get? I think we got a. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got a trailer for If. It's a slightly new version too. Again, looking forward to If. There's nothing against If coming out, right? Or nothing I have against If coming out. That's definitely the case for If. I just need something more for that. And then the last one I remember us getting was A Quiet Place Day One. Again, I'm not someone who cares overly for prequels, and so I don't even give that's why I don't give a rat's ass about the First Omen. I do not give a rat's ass about that whatsoever. But I will say I like the first two Quiet Places, so we'll see what happens with that. Until then, though, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Have a